Hey there, coin enthusiasts! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here and today we've got something really exciting to talk about. You know, we've all heard the phrase it's just a penny. But what if I told you that some pennies, specifically the 1970 Lincoln cent, could actually be worth far more than you think? We're talking hundreds, even thousands of dollars, and today, I'm going to show you why this seemingly common coin could be worth a small fortune. So grab your magnifying glass, and let's dive deep into the world of the 1970 Lincoln cent. Before we get into the specifics of the 1970 penny, let's take a quick stroll down history. The Lincoln cent has been part of U.S. currency since 1909. Making it one of the longest-running designs in the history of U.S. coins. Its design features President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. Those are the front and back sides of the coin, and it's remained largely unchanged, aside from a few modifications over the last century. The reverse of the penny originally featured two wheat stalks, earning it the nickname the wheat penny. But that changed in 1959 with the introduction of the Lincoln Memorial design. Fast forward to 1970. The U.S. Mint, continuing its tradition of producing these iconic coins, struck billions of pennies that year. But little did anyone know at the time, some of these coins would be incredibly rare, and in a few cases, even more valuable than gold now. Let's talk about value. Normally, a 1970 Lincoln penny is worth just 1 cent. That's the face value. So, if you've got a 1970 penny in your pocket right now, you might think it's just another coin. But hold on a second, this is where things get interesting. You see, certain 1970 pennies are far from ordinary. The first and most important variation to talk about is the 1970s small date penny. Now, if you take a closer look at the date, you might notice something unusual. The 1970s small date penny is a bit of a mystery. You see, in 1970, the U.S. Mint actually struck two different types of pennies, the large date and the small date. The small date version, which is more difficult to find, has a smaller and more compact 7 in the year compared to the large date version, which is more common. Here's where things get even more intriguing. It's believed that the small date variety of the 1970s penny was the result of a minting error. During the production process, the dies that were used to strike these coins were accidentally worn down, leading to a much smaller and more distinct date. Because of this error, only a relatively small number of these coins made it into circulation, making them incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. Now, what does that mean for the value of a 1970s small date penny? Well, in today's market, this coin can fetch anywhere from $10 to $1,000, depending on its condition. That's right, this little penny, which you might have thought was just another common coin, could be worth a lot more than its face value. In some cases, especially if the coin is in mint condition or graded highly, it can go for thousands of dollars. Isn't that incredible? Of course, not all 1970s pennies are worth a fortune. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better quality. A coin in pristine, uncirculated condition is going to be worth far more than a coin that's worn or damaged. For example, a 1970s small date penny in average condition might fetch $10 or $20. But if it's in MS65, mint state 65, or higher condition, meaning it's practically flawless, you're looking at a price tag of $100, $500, or even more. There have even been some rare 1970s pennies in perfect condition that have sold for over $1,000 in auctions. But wait, there's more. Let's not forget the 1970D and 1970 proof coins. The 1970D, which was minted in Denver, is another popular coin among collectors. While not as rare as the 1970's small date penny, it still holds a certain appeal, especially if you come across one in near-perfect condition. A 1970D penny might not break the bank, but it's definitely worth checking for. As for the 1970 proof coins, these were specially struck coins that were intended for collectors, not for circulation. Proof coins have a much higher quality finish, which makes them more desirable. They often come in special proof sets, and while they don't have the same value as the 1970's small date penny, they're still a valuable addition to any collection. So, what have we learned about the 1970 Lincoln penny? On the surface, it might seem like just another ordinary coin. But if you dig a little deeper, you'll find that some of these coins, especially the rare 1970's small date variety, are incredibly valuable. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone looking to make a quick buck, it's definitely worth checking your change jar for a 1970 penny or two. If you do find one of these rare coins, don't just toss it into the vending machine. Take the time to research its value, and who knows? You could be holding on to a small fortune. So, keep your eyes peeled, and happy hunting! And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more coin content, and hit that bell so you never miss an update. See you next time, and keep collecting. Keep viewers engaged, offer valuable information about the coin's history, rarity, and potential worth, and encourage them to look for these coins in their own collections or change jars.